Hello gamers and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and I'm the Beatless Gamer. So hi, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. So today we've got a bit of a shorter video, hopefully you don't mind. Anyways, we are building a fun little cottage type house in Windenburg. So you know normally how I name my houses? This house surprisingly does not have a name, however it does have a story that I made up to go with it, so maybe that's a little bit better than just naming the house. Anyway, into the story I guess, because the house isn't really built, so I'm not going to tell you too much about it. You'll see it build as we go on. Anyway, for the story, Nameless Granny, I haven't given her a name, so we'll call her Nameless Granny, but she is a granny, she's a grandma, she has to be. Has lived in this house for several years. She loved this house. Maybe she lived here with a partner or something, but this was her place and she lived here for years. She loved everything about it, the layout, the views, how secluded it was. This house, or this lot, is, I think it's called mid-nowhere, so it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it should be if it's called mid-nowhere. Anyways, she lived here and loved this house for a long time. But her grandchildren have convinced her to downsize. So they convinced her to just move a little off of the island. Just move out of the middle of nowhere. You're getting old. You need to be closer to us. You need to be closer to your doctors. Climbing up the stairs to go to your bed isn't always the best option for old knees. They convinced her nonetheless. So she has moved out of this house and into a little apartment or somewhere smaller without stairs. Anyways, her grandchildren, in her eyes, are young and hip and know what the kids want to do and what young adults would want to do, young and hip. I'm crying, young and hip. Did I just say that? Anyway, so she consults them when she moves and obviously they convinced her to move, so they chat and she finds out about Airbnb or renting out your home or cottage, and she's I have the perfect place to rent out. So she wanted to turn this into a rental property, but not a long-term rental property, a short-term, like an Airbnb, you could rent it for maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks at max, but this is 100% just to rent. You can't buy it and live in it. She still owns it. She loved her house so much that she wouldn't sell it, but she would move out of it. So without selling it, she has decided to renovate it just a little bit to bring it back to life, to, I guess, make it appealing to people to rent. So you'll notice that some of the furniture we pick out here is horrible. Not horrible, but it's definitely not the nicest furniture. We use that swatch of the couch from Cats and Dogs. You can see the back of the TV that I use, which is not my favorite look. I hate the back of that TV. She put a chess set in the house as well, because kids like chess, right? Yeah, so she did stuff that she thought would be cool. So grandma hip. So there's chess, and not to say that chess isn't cool. Chess is very cool, but grandma thought it would be extra cool and that everyone was into chess as much as she was. So she left the chess table or put it there. The chairs in the kitchen don't match. You can see that there is a nicer stove than there is a fridge. So she upgraded the stove, but not the fridge. The fridge is still nice, don't get me wrong, but she updated just a few appliances. This is the downstairs bathroom that we're working on. There's 2 bathrooms in the house. There's this one down here with just a stand-up shower. When I was building it, I was a grandma wouldn't have just a stand-up shower. She would have a bathtub too, right? Grandmas don't want to do stand-up showers only, right? I'm not a grandma, but I don't want to do just stand-up showers only. I like to relax. Anyway, there's only 1 bedroom in this house. So the rental property is good for 2 people, or you could rent it with a third and have someone sleep on the couch downstairs. But she kept things more or less older looking. So that's why I went with the yellowy colored sheets or bedding on this bed. And and I wanted it to look like a rental property. So there's not a bunch of like menial, like little cluttery things. There's just the stuff that you would need. So I think we put maybe some books on top of that dresser a bit later on. I don't really remember. We'll see. We definitely don't keep that rug. We change it to this one, which is quite nice. And then we're working on the bathroom here. So there's a lot of windows in this bathroom, but because the lot is called mid-nowhere, I thought it would be okay to just put some curtains in a few places. So there's lots of privacy in this lot as well, I would hope. She updated some of the wall colors, so you'll see that they're like right now we're adding the paint to the walls, or wallpapering and whatnot. She kept some older colors in there, but tried to like liven it up a bit, so like beige, but she wanted an accent wall, so she went with like mauvey pink. Hip grandma over here. We flipped the bathroom around a bit as well, just to fit a bit, like, I don't know, it just fit a little bit better this way, and I could fit more in the bedroom if I don't have the door like in that bathroom corner where the sink is now. So that's what we did. The bathrooms are pretty similar. If you stay for the screenshots afterwards, you'll see I added a few more little details, like a plunger. I feel like most rental places, there's like always a plunger around, like in hotels and stuff. Isn't there a plunger? I don't know. Maybe I haven't been to a hotel in a long time, but usually there's things like that lying around. We put some like rugs in the bedroom that we're about to start working on. We put like a little, what is it called? A media table? We add a media table, and we put, actually we're doing that right now. We put I sized down a basket from Seasons that has like, I think towels and stuff in it, but we use it as like a welcome here. Like, here's your basket of stuff that you can use and whatnot, and here's some like fresh towels or sheets. They're supposed to be towels, but they kind of look like sheets to me. Yeah, so that's pretty much the bedroom. The bedroom isn't super exciting. We add a clock above that door, and then we put some wall art up here, and we used a plant, not books. There's no books upstairs, I don't think. There's not a lot to do in the house per se. I think that grandma renting out this house, I think that her hope would be that you're renting it for the views and you appreciate this house as much as we did, or like as much as I did when I lived here. When we get to the outside, I've also like put some gardening boxes outside, so I know that this is a rental property, so it would make no sense for there to be a garden, because like people aren't gonna go to an Airbnb to garden, I guess. I mean, that makes sense to me, right? You wouldn't want to like go on vacation to garden, right? So I put some gardening boxes outside, and those are there because grandma or granny likes to visit the house every day. She started renting it out and then had some regrets about renting it out, but her grandchildren won't let her move back in. So she copes with the move by visiting and tending to her garden every single day, which makes this house like less likely to be rented out, I guess, because no one wants the owner like bombarding their vacation the entire time, I suppose. So that's kind of the story with the house. I had a lot of fun building it. It turns out pretty cute, I think. I like the charm of the like horrible couches. They're not horrible. I say horrible and then feel really bad because someone designed them, but I like the aesthetic that we went with. It's like granny chic. That's the best way for me to describe it, is like granny chic. Like if my baba, which baba is what I call my grandma, if my baba like renovated a house, I feel like it wouldn't be my taste. So this isn't necessarily like built to my tastes, but it's a cute house. It doesn't have to be built to my tastes to be cute. But yeah, in the screenshots, you'll also see a few little details, like the plungers in the bathroom, and there's also a remote on the coffee table, because I just think that like you would have a remote to the TV wherever you go. Like they'll include the remote so you can turn the television on, I assume. Anyways, I just love like little details like that. I've said this before, but like the clutter is what really makes the build. And for this house, I wasn't like, it's not that I wasn't able to, but it didn't fit the aesthetic to add a bunch of clutter to it because it's a rental property, or at least that's the vision I built it with. So another thing to note about this is I tried to build this with just a few packs. So I tried to build it with the base game, Cats and Dogs, Seasons. There's one other, the one Get Together, the world we're building in, Windenburg, Parenthood, and Cool Kitchen stuff. But I do realize I used some vines from the Vampire stuff pack, or the Vampire game pack, my bad. So if you download this, just be aware of that. I tried, you can just replace them with some like flower boxes. I think that would look really nice. But all right, guys, so that's about it from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to me talk about life in The Sims. I had a lot of fun recording this short little video for you guys, so I hope you like it. Stick around for some screenshots if you want, and if you want to download this home, beware there's a few packs in this one. My name is TheBeatlessGamer on the gallery, or search #BeatlessGamer on the gallery as well. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Anything you'd like to comment, just comment down below, and subscribe if you feel up to that. I upload at least twice a week, at least that's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, okay, I think that's it. So I'll see you soon. Bye, guys!